Good morning, everybody, or good evening, or good night, depending on where you're at. Do me a favor, put in that chat section there. Let's see. Hey, JR, you got any opinions on the Super Bowl live? Wow, I do. My opinion is I'm not going to watch it. And the only reason I don't watch it is I don't know, it burns up my time. I would rather do something than to watch somebody do something. I don't know. I don't know. Not my thing. Unless it's cooking. I like to watch some cooking channels. I do like boxing. I like MMA because I used to do some Taekwondo and I did a little bit of boxing stuff. So I like that stuff. But as far as Super Bowl, man, I've tried it. I've tried it over and over again. And I just can't get into it. I like the commercials, but I don't like waiting for them. So that's my opinion on that. Not much of opinion. I'm not a lot of fun there. Guys, don't forget, put your comments in here. I really appreciate you, James, doing that. James is a good buddy. He's always in there talking to me, and I appreciate it. But make sure that you can hear me sufficiently, because I don't want to be talking and people can't hear me. I am going to go over a little bit today to help you guys out. And understand, this session that I do in the mornings is just to help you grow a business online. That's it. It's all it's for. It's free. I don't charge for it. You don't have to buy anything. I'm not doing any commercials or anything like that. It's just to help you guys out. So make sure that you're commenting, you're liking, you're subscribing. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so that you're notified every time I go live, and you'll know when I upload a video. Say greetings, Aldi. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day so far. I am. I had a good evening last night. We got together with some friends of ours. We went out to dinner, and for the first time, gosh, in months, we actually ate inside a restaurant. We didn't have to sit outside on a patio or something. We went to Texas Roadhouse. James Brain says loud and clear video today. Good. I'm glad. Thank you so much for letting me know that. I really appreciate it. That helps a lot. So if you have a YouTube channel, post in there that you got a channel. We'll try to get people to subscribe to you. If you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, I would love to hear your ideas. But I just want to go over, the YouTube channel thing first off. And the reason you would even do one, why would you do a YouTube channel? I will tell you, you hear a lot of stories about people making millions of dollars on YouTube, and they do. The majority of the people do not. That doesn't bother me personally, okay? It doesn't bother me personally because I don't think I'm like the majority of the people. I've always been the kind of person where I look at the person who's at the very top and I'm like, okay, what are they doing? Okay, I don't care what the average person does. I don't want to be average ever. Average is not fun. Average is boring to me. So, if you're interested in doing this YouTube thing, I do want to talk about it today. I want to share some of my thoughts on it. I want to share with you what you can do, what you can do to improve things. And let me switch my screen here. I like this other screen better. You can't see it from my angle, but at least I can see myself live. On the other screen, it's got a delay of like 10 seconds or something like that. It's kind of irritating. So, YouTube, I think, is something that everybody should have. I really do, man. I think a YouTube channel is like the best thing in the friggin' world. And it's good for many, many reasons. I believe that you should kind of share whatever your ideas are, whatever your life experiences are. Hey, Sid Harth, what's going on, man? Good to see you jump in there. And YouTube is a great way to do it. So, maybe you're into cooking, maybe you're into woodworking, maybe you're into finance, whatever it is. I think it's really awesome if you can share, your skills, your life experiences, your talents. I think a lot of people, and I'm reading a book on it now called Show Your Work, and I'll try to put a link to that book in the description section. But I think a lot of people think for them to go do a video or for them to teach anybody, they have to be an expert. And I read a quote by Charlie Chaplin, and he says, "Stop trying to be perfect." He said, "Nobody is an expert. We don't live long enough to become one." So nobody's really an expert. I don't think they are. I really do. I think there's some people that are good at stuff, but I think you can always learn stuff. So don't worry. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to do this stuff, don't worry that you're not good enough. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, and it's also kind of showing what the journey is. People are more interested in what the journey is. And for the first time in our history, we have social media where we can go on and say, hey, yeah, I did this, but let me tell you how I did this. Let me show you the process I went through. So often we'll hear a singer and they'll sing a song and they're a hit, and we look at them and we go, wow, they sat down and they wrote a hit. When nothing could be further from the truth. Maybe they spent 10, 15, 20 years writing a whole bunch of songs that never went anywhere, and they were learning their instrument, and they were going through all that. And I think on social media, it allows us to really show the process. Okay, I think the process is more important really than the result. Results come after many hours, thousands of hours of work before you really get good at anything. And I think the problem with most people on YouTube is that they think that they have to be an expert. They think that it has to be perfect. They think it's got to be so good, and it doesn't. It's just whatever you want to do. I'm not perfect today. I'm not dressed perfectly. I didn't script out every single word I was going to say. I don't have a bunch of fancy lights going on and stuff glowing in the background. I don't have any of that. I'm just talking to you guys. And sharing with you some things that I learned along the way that may help you out. And if I can help you out, then I feel good about it. I just feel good about it. I think it's a cool thing to do. Let me read some of these comments here. Aldine, what you got to say, man? My main reason for wanting to start a YouTube channel are to overcome my fears and also to make a positive difference. If I made some money in the process, that would be great. That's a really good way to start one, really. And, I want you to kind of think about your fears for a second. I'll do this every now and then with my wife if she's afraid of doing something. I'll say, okay, what are you afraid of? What is it you're afraid of? And most people will say, well, I don't want to start a YouTube channel because I'm afraid somebody's going to make fun of me, my friends, my family, people online or whatever. What difference does it make? Who cares? Who cares, really? Who cares what their opinion is? If you feel like you want to do something, just do it. Don't let what you think other people will think. Think about that. Don't let what you think other people will think stop you. It's crazy. It's just really crazy. And I know I've done it in the past. I've been guilty of the same exact thing. And I just don't care anymore. I really don't care. And here's what you're going to find. If you start a YouTube channel, if you do videos, you do whatever, most people don't care. They just, they're not even going to look at your videos in the beginning. You barely get any views in the beginning. So, it's not until you're down the road and you've gotten really good at it that people start picking on you. And when they do, I don't care. I can just block them. If there's an idiot who's posting dumb things on my video, I just block them and they can never see my channel again. So that's the really cool thing about social media is you don't have to put up with it. You don't get bullied because you just stop people. It's really simple. Aldine says, and Siddharth, your comment got retracted for some reason. I don't know if you took it off or YouTube took it off. Aldine says, I agree that you don't have to be an expert, but I believe that people are more likely to follow persons who can show results. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. They just want to see what you're doing. That's it. It's interesting to them to see what you're doing. Maybe you're learning to do something. They want to look at the learning process. I listened to this one guy, and I can't think of his name. He's in England and he's a doctor, but he basically, okay, you say you took it off, cool, that's fine. But he basically just documents what he's doing. And as he's learning stuff, people are interested in that. You don't, and that's the thing that's going to stop you. You don't have to have great results. You don't have to be really good at something to just go do a video. You don't. I just got finished watching a YouTube video a couple minutes ago about a guy who traveled to Saudi Arabia, and he's just walking around the streets talking to people. He's not good at anything. Well, he may be, but in the video, he didn't demonstrate that he was good at anything. All he did was demonstrate him living life. That was it. So you can do something along those lines. That's not to say you can't do a teaching video. Like I do a lot of teaching videos where I'll teach a thing, on this channel, and you see those 5 days a week, they go up, and I'll teach or do a video where I'm teaching something that I figured out along the way. But I don't 100% do every single thing I teach. I don't have time. I can't do everything. It's impossible. It's impossible for me to be a perfect e-commerce person, a perfect digital marketer, a perfect course creator. I can't. So I know I'm not the best. I know it. It's no big deal to me. I don't care. But I also know that I make really good money from what I'm doing. And the only reason I make the really good money is not because I'm super great at anything. It's because I've tried so many things. And that's the key, man. You got to just try so many things and have fun with it. I mean, life is not this thing where you got to work towards this end goal of achieving this thing. It's really not that. And I think a lot of people who set it up that way, they go, okay, well, I want to be a doctor, and that's my end goal. And once I'm a doctor, I'm going to be totally happy. And they get to that point, and they're like, is this it? This is it? This is not what I thought it would be. It's not that exciting. So I think you need to look at every day more along the lines of, what am I doing today that's going to move me towards goals? But what am I doing today that I'm enjoying doing? Am I enjoying what I'm doing? Am I not wasting time? And when I say enjoying what you're doing, it would be enjoyable to sit back and watch TV all day. I get that. But that's not going to move you towards your end goal. You have to do some uncomfortable things. Very important to understand that. If you are uncomfortable about speaking in front of people and doing videos, that is the thing you should do. That's definitely the thing you should do, because those things are going to bring you more enjoyment. They're going to bring you more satisfaction than anything else. You need to look at all the things you're afraid of, okay? Barring dangerous things, like walking down a dangerous street late at night. But I'm just saying, all the things you're afraid of doing because you're afraid somebody's going to make fun of you, and start doing them. Whatever they are, it doesn't matter. Just start doing them. Let me grab some of these comments here. How much subs this is viable to start a brand? It doesn't matter how many subs you have. Subs are irrelevant. I make a good living, and I don't have a a great subscriber base. I mean, I have like 5,000 or something, a little under 5,000. And it'll grow, and I know it'll grow. I'm not even worried about that. Every day it grows. Every day I make a little bit more money. When it'll get to the point where I'm satisfied, probably never. I mean, because I'm satisfied just doing these videos, just talking to you guys. I mean, that's enough for me. Don't worry about subscribing. And I think that's the biggest thing that new YouTubers look at, is how many subscribers and how many views and all that. In the beginning, you're not going to get hardly any. You're not. The majority of the YouTube channels, like 98% of them, never get 100 subscribers. Don't let that stop you. Because what you're doing is you're looking at all the failures, okay? The people who quit. That's why I say it's a failure, because they quit. Most of them, 98% of the channels that are started on YouTube, people quit. They quit within a year or two. They just don't do anything anymore. And it's a shame, because it's right before they're probably going to be successful. But most of them don't. And then if you look at how many people get 1,000 subscribers, it drops down dramatically. Most channels will never see 1,000 subscribers. But it's not because they couldn't have. It's not because they couldn't have. It's because they quit. That's the biggest killer of a YouTube channel. People just quit. They get these great ideas, and they go, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, and I'm so pumped up, and then they just quit. That's the number one reason. And let me take another sip here. Guys, these questions are awesome. They really are. I really like it. I really like that you're doing this. Do you have a bucket list? James Breen. And I'm going to throw that back to you, James. What is your bucket list? What's yours? I want to know. I went out with Luigi last night, who's my friend I was telling you about. He's 86 or 87. His wife is 70. Man, she doesn't look it. He's got a bucket list still. He's got stuff he's doing. He's got countries he wants to travel to. He's got languages he wants to learn. Yes, I do. I don't know if it's a bucket list. It's more of a bunch of things I'd like to do. I really want to travel around the world. I want to go back to Asia. I've been to Thailand. I'd like to go to Japan. I'd like to go to the UK at some point. I'm not really thrilled about England. I don't see anything there that excites me. I think I'd like to go to Australia. And if you notice, my bucket list has a lot to do with traveling. Other parts of my bucket list are really staying in shape, being really fit. I can do push-ups and pull-ups now, and I can do a decent amount of them. And I want to be able to do that when I'm 70 and 80 years old too. That's a bucket list. How cool would it be when you're 80 to be able to do 10 pull-ups, right? Or 20 pull-ups when you're 80. That'd be really cool, right? I think so. I'd like to learn some more languages. I'm okay in Spanish, but I've got a lot of ways to go there. Wouldn't mind learning French and Italian. So it's more gaining knowledge bucket list than anything else, I think. That's probably my stuff. And put in there what yours is. I want to hear what yours is. How much subscribers do you think it is viable to start a brand? Okay, you put that in there twice. You start a brand. You don't need any subscribers to start a brand. I mean, I started Survivalcave Food. I didn't have any subscribers. I didn't have any emails. I didn't have anything. You don't need it. You just do it. Just do it. I think numbers will prevent you from doing stuff. You think you have to have something, or it goes right back to you don't have to accomplish anything to do a YouTube video. You don't. It's not necessary. Okay, we've got somebody here who's being a little insolent. Strauss blocks. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about, but I would have to block you if you're putting bad comments in there, just so you know, and you'll never see the channel again. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and remove you, and you are done. And see, it's that easy, guys. We just get rid of people who are like that. Okay. Become a successful entrepreneur and help the society. Yes, yes, you can do that. And I think it's when I was a kid, I took karate, I took taekwondo, and as you moved up through the belts, it was required that you taught. Because what is knowledge? What is gaining something and knowing something and never sharing it with other people? What is that? Okay, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to have all this knowledge and keep it to yourself? You don't. You want to share it with other people, and that's why I do these live talks each day. It's like I just want to share with you what I'm doing. So let's get back to the YouTube channel thing. As far as the YouTube channel goes, think about your goal. What is your goal? Okay, and some people's goal is just to entertain people, and that's okay if that's your goal. Some people's goal is to make money, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with making money. Some people's goal is to educate. Okay, and I think mine is probably educate and make a little bit of money too. Let's see. Holy bum! I'm so young. I haven't thought about a bucket list yet, but I want to ride the Moscow-Shanghai train. That would be very cool. That would be very cool. Do it. Do it. Don't wait. My son works at Cleveland Clinic, and I don't know if I told the story the other day or not, but he's got a patient in there now, and he works in the heart and lung transplant area. And this patient is 24 years old, has cystic fibrosis. 24. Okay, think about this. Whatever your age is, this person's 24. They had a double lung transplant, so they put 2 lungs in, and his body is rejecting these lungs now. And my son is really sad about that because he's like, this guy's 24, Dad, and he won't have a chance at anything. So if you're alive and well right now, you've got a chance at stuff. Okay, now I want to get real clear. I don't want to separate you too much from him. It's not like, oh my gosh, you're so much better than him, you're so much better off than him, because you're going to die too. Did you hear that? You're going to die too. You just don't know when. His is more imminent, right? Maybe he'll pull through. I hope he does. But you're going to die too, so why not go ahead and do all that stuff? I mean, one day you're going to be at the end and you're going to go, man, I wish I had. Regret is a terrible feeling. It's just, oh my gosh, it's just terrible. And I think we all have some regrets. People who say, oh, I've got no regrets about anything. Bull. You always have some regrets about stuff. You always screw stuff up because you didn't have the knowledge you needed to do the right things at the time. Let's see. Become the servant leader entrepreneur. Of course, we're all servants. We're all servants of society. And if you're not, and you think you're not enjoying life. You're not getting out of life what you could. Does Survivalcave have a YouTube channel? We do, but I don't really do anything with it. Survivalcave food does very well on its own, and I'm not a survivalist. I'm not, and I know a lot about that. I have a survival academy that people can join, but that's not something I live every single day and that I'm into every single day. Survivalcave food at this point, the majority of the sales come off all the retailers that sell Survivalcave food, and they're really into survival, and they have courses and all that stuff. And they run ads and they do all that stuff to promote my brand. So I don't really want to compete with them. So I don't. I just don't do that. Let's see here. Lessons like you said, do it now. Yeah, you got to do it now. Because if you don't do it now, there may not be a later. There may not be a later. Okay. And you can't change the past. I see a lot of people really wrapped up in the past too. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so messed up because what happened 3 years ago or 2 years ago. It happened. So what? So what? Just move on. Just move on. It doesn't matter anymore. And as far as worrying about the future, most of the stuff you worry about will never come true. All those bad things you worry about rarely come true. So why not just live in the moment and do what you know is right. Do the tough, difficult things that you know you should do. I mean, just do that. Guys, I'm getting some great comments. I really appreciate this. Eldine says, I want to be a successful entrepreneur who's making a positive difference in the world. I also want to be a digital nomad while doing that. What success without being able to enjoy it. Very true. And I do know a couple digital nomads. One of my best friends, Donnie Gamble, and you can look him up, Donnie Gamble. He's in the finance area. He's in Brazil, I think, right now. But he's been on the road for about a year and a half. And he just goes from country to country, and he does a lot of finance type stuff, and he runs financial blogs, and he does affiliate stuff, and he makes a living doing that. Now, he is not in front of anything. You don't see him on the camera or anything, rarely. He's done some stuff, but not much. Let's see here. Do you think doing survival reviews on YouTube would be successful? I do, and that's a huge market. And I'll tell you, most people, Aldine, that get into the survival thing don't stick with it because they're not into it. Okay, it's hard to stick with something if you're not into something. So I see a lot of them will start doing some videos and then they quit. And that's probably what I would do. So I don't do those. I know this I'm going to do every single day because I actually do digital marketing every day, and I can talk about it every day because I'm doing it. Let's see here. Ever check out Shotgun Red Southern Cooking Channel? I have not, but I will. I will now that you said that. Let me see what we got here. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now. Why wait, right? Why wait? Shotgun Red. Let's see what we got for Shotgun Red here. Maybe we'll check out some channels. And then, guys, if you have some channels that you already have, if you want to post that in there, I will take a look at it. Shotgun Red. Wow. I don't know here. Let's see if I can find this. Cooking with Shotgun Red. There it is. Found it. Got it. Would this be the guy right here? Is that the one right there? James, let me know if that's the one right there. Let's see here. Shotgun Red is fun. Shotgun Red. Cooking with Shotgun Red. Looks like a cool guy. I mean, why not? Right? Why not? Let's see here. He's got, he's got 368,000 subscribers. And I'll tell you, doing cooking videos, guys, is hard. You got to prep everything. You got to have all your angles right. You got to have recipes. I mean, the videos I do are so much easier than doing cooking videos. And what's a shame is I get paid a whole lot more for my videos because they're finance related. And since they're finance related, I have a very high CPM. My CPM, I think yesterday was $38, of which I got like $20. So that's pretty darn good. There's channels that get $1.50, $2. There's channels that get 25 cents, okay, per CPM. So I'm very lucky there. I'm not into survival, but believe it could work if outsourced to someone who is into it. It's really hard to outsource YouTube videos. It really is. It gets so expensive to do that stuff. I would not recommend in the beginning outsourcing that. I didn't outsource anything in the beginning. I did everything myself. Now I outsource some editing, but that's it. Nobody writes my scripts. Nobody comes up with my titles. Nobody comes up with what's said on the thumbnails. None of that. Let me get a sip here. It's really hard in general to have any business where you outsource the majority of it. If you're going to have a business, you're going to have to do it. If it was that easy, people would just be starting businesses right and left and paying people to run the business. You got to be there. You got to run it. It's like Survivalcave food doesn't take that much of my time, but when something comes up and something needs to be done, I'm got to be the one to do it. Right now, we got in some 14.5-ounce cans. We haven't had those for almost a year. And I wrote all the emails for that. I did all the landing pages for that. I made all the products for that. And it took time, man. It took me like a week to put all this together. I couldn't have outsourced that because I couldn't tell the people what I wanted done precisely. And if I did really do it precise and draw it all out, well, then I've already drawn it all out. So it's impossible to really outsource that stuff. Mr. Brain says yes. Paul says, I think he's passed and wife does channel now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He does look like a big guy. You can't carry but so much weight for so many years. And, you people who are heavier, you may not want to hear it, but I'm telling you, it ain't healthy. It ain't healthy. I mean, I still need to lose 15, 20 pounds. But man, I see people who are 50, 60, 100 pounds overweight, and it's going to kill you. It's going to kill you. And that's not popular for me to say. I know you're not supposed to say that, but it's the truth. I mean, come on, it's the truth. You can't carry around extra weight and be really healthy. It's hard because you have to pump all that blood to your heart and lungs and all that. And I'll take it so far as, my son's a bodybuilder. It's got a lot of muscle. That's not really good for you either, because your body, once again, has to supply blood to all that muscle mass. Okay. It's got to do that. So anytime your body is out of the norm, it's making your other organs work harder. So it's hard on you. He's got a great chicken recipe. I got to check that out. How important is a, oh, you didn't finish that one. Thumbnail. Very, very important, James. Thumbnail is tremendously important because it doesn't matter if you've got a great title that gets searched and your videos come up, and great content that really, really helps people or entertains people if they don't click on the thumbnail. Thumbnail is probably the most important part of your video. I am not good at thumbnails. I've tried it. They don't look good. They don't do well. So I do have somebody that does my thumbnails. I don't do them. He takes pictures of me and throws my face on there. Now I tell him what words to put on there, but he does the design of it. He's an artist. I'm not. So I don't do that. See, Paul says most cooking channels have affiliate links like Bobby at his Flav City site. Yes, I watch Bobby Parrish. I know exactly who you're talking about. He links to Amazon store. Yes, very good. And Paul, that reminds me, I've got to change that link you told me about. I am going to get on that. I've just been so darn busy. No excuse. Siddharth says LLC or incorporated. It doesn't matter. You know, in the beginning, I would just do sole proprietorship on any business. You don't really need to worry about some of those things at the beginning. Now, when you move on later on, like we are S Corporation, we're actually formed in Virginia and we're doing business in California as a foreign company, but I probably will move the whole corporation to Austin, Texas for tax purposes. So that's what I'm going to do. Get a sip here. God, you guys have some good questions. You have some good comments too. I really appreciate it. So does anybody have ideas about starting a YouTube channel or something you want to do? So anyhow, once you do start the YouTube channel, and put that in the comments there, once you do start a YouTube channel, you're going to need to do a few things. You've got to have a channel banner. Super important that you have a channel banner. If you're not good at that, you know, look at some other ones and try to emulate them that you think are good. And if you can't do that, just hire somebody. I mean, it costs you like $15, $20 to get a channel banner. Get something like TubeBuddy. I will have a link in the description where you can get TubeBuddy for free. You do need TubeBuddy to optimize your titles, to optimize all your tags and all that stuff. You got to have something like that. And if you use my link and you decide to go and upgrade later on, it'll save you 30% too. So do that. Love the equipment links you have listed for products on your site. Want the ring light listed. Yes, the ring light right there. That ring light. And I'm going to see if you guys can see the ring light here. If you can see the ring light right there. Okay. And if you notice, there's a little tiny goal on there. I had a project going on. We won an extra $50,000 a month. And you see that on the ring light right there. So we just put that on there because we wanted that extra 50 grand. So I put that on the ring light so I can see it every single day. It would remind me of that extra 50 grand I needed. But yeah, I think I've got a little delay here, but I see it going around there. Oh, you can't see it. There's a little piece of tape on there that says $50,000 on the bottom of the ring light, but you guys can't see it because it was so bright. Let's see, VSRX. That's my media and innovation thing name. Very cool. I like it. I like it. I really do. So what we've got now, we've got an idea for your YouTube channel. You've got a banner for your YouTube channel. You've got TubeBuddy because you've got to put tags for your YouTube channel. Somebody was saying to me, well, I thought you just put tags on videos. You don't put them on channels. Well, if you want people to find your channel, you put them on channel. If you want people to find your videos, put them on your videos. So what do you want them to find? I think I want them to find both. So those tags are important on your channel and they're important on your videos. Because like a lot of times I'll search and I'll come across a channel based on my search because they put tags on their channel. I'm like, oh, here's a whole channel of stuff I'd like to watch. Let's see here. James Breen, why do most business incorporate in Delaware, Nevada taxes? Taxes, it's just quite simply taxes. Which, you know, it does save you in some ways, but you got to get an accountant, man. That stuff gets really complicated to do that stuff correctly. So you're into positive affirmations and manifestations. I mean, I don't lie to myself. You know, I think, you know, some people who, you know, put on the refrigerator every single day, you know, I am great, I am wonderful, I am successful, and you are not. I think it's stupid. I really do. I think, you know, I think you need to put the truth there. And I think you need to put things that you want to achieve around you. I do have that. So, you know, if it's true, you stand in front of your refrigerator and you put on your refrigerator, I am 40 and I am broke and I live in America. If that doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will. Okay, so, you know, kind of tell yourself the truth and have some goals to achieve. Because if you sit there and tell yourself you're successful and you're not, If you haven't done anything, you tell yourself you're skinny, and you're 100 pounds overweight. What's the point of that? But I do put goals in front of myself, things I want to achieve. I like seeing those things. That's pretty important to me. We have a Google Home screen thing, and next to that, it's got all the pictures of the home we're building in Austin, which reminds me every day, because I look over at it and these pictures are popping up, and it reminds me to keep working. It reminds me to work hard, that I've got to get money to do those things. Okay, so I see that every single day. I see a picture of my wife looking at that stuff. Okay, and I'm like, I got to take care of that. I got to get that done. Let's see here. Any recommendations for designer for YouTube banner? I think it's been done. And what I mean is, I would look at channels that are going to be similar to yours, and see what they've done and do something similar. Okay, I'm not much on reinventing the wheel. I just not. I look for successful people, see what they're doing, I emulate it and do it myself. And I see a lot of people doing that with me. They'll kind of rip off my courses or whatever, but that's okay. And they see stuff I've done and they copy it, and it's kind of flattering, that they would do that. That's what. Let's see. That's what's great about this channel. No BS approach to business. Yes. There's no point. There's no point. I don't have a Ferrari. I don't have a Lamborghini. Could I buy one? Yeah, I could buy one, but what's the point? I like to eat wherever I want. And I thought about this before. If I had a Ferrari, and there's some neighborhoods I go to in South San Diego, and they're not nice neighborhoods, but they have some great food. And if I pulled up in a Ferrari, what is that? What's that, really? I'm going to pull up at a taco stand in Barrio Logan in a Ferrari. That would just be absurd, okay? Not to mention the fact that if you've ever driven a Ferrari, they're not comfortable. They're not even comfortable. They look cool. I'm going to tell you, they look really cool, and I'm sure they're a blast to drive. I've driven one in my life, and I'm picking on Ferrari. It could be any fancy car, and I've never been into fancy cars. I just wasn't my thing. I was in the car business for many years, and I guess because I look at cars as they're all going to get older and they're all going to rust and the paint's going to fade. I don't care what kind of car it is. And you're going to have to do maintenance on it. Then I look at the maintenance. I'm cheap too, because I don't want to spend a lot of money on maintenance. I did have a Jaguar for many years, and the maintenance was ridiculous. Oh my God, it was just absurd. And that kind of turned me off to fancy cars right there. Let's see. I agree. Love your honest comments, JR. Thank you so much, Aldine. I appreciate it. Controlling your time is important. Learning to say no is so important. Yeah. You'll have a lot of opportunities to say no. You'll have a lot of opportunities to say yes. And that could be a TV show that you're going to watch. It could be some work you're going to do. It's going to be going out with somebody. And I don't spend a lot of time with friends. I don't. But I do spend time with friends. So in doing so, I've got to be really super selective about the people I hang out with, because I want it to really still feed into my lifestyle and what I want. Last night we went to dinner with some of our best friends. He's an retired attorney. And she's retiring as a certified financial planner, and she has a business in town. And they have some of the same political views as us, which I won't get into. And we talk about some of the same stuff that we're interested in. They share information that I didn't know, and I share information they didn't know. And I feel like when I go away from that situation, I've gained something. Okay, I gained something. It wasn't just chit chat, so I gained something in that. Let's see. So what car do you drive? I have a Honda Pilot. Is all I drive. And I have it because I like to do projects, and I need to have room in the back. So I have a lot of room there. I used to do gun shows, and I would actually take our products around, and I had to put tons of product in the back of it. I like to have a lot of room. It's got 3 rows. I do have a deposit on the Tesla truck because it's big. It's got a lot of room. I know some people think it's ugly. I haven't decided if it's really ugly or really cool, but I do have a deposit on that because I like the utility of it. I like the speed of it. I like the efficiency of it. I like the size of it. There's nothing else like it on the road. Nothing like that vehicle on the road. Let's see. Don't think I could get into a Ferrari. Yeah, they're not comfortable. They really aren't. Think a pickup, excuse me, that is comfortable and a geezer can get in and out of. James Breen says, great ride. Yes, I think it's a great ride. I can't imagine San Diego not being nice. I've been there, albeit briefly. Well, there's some bad areas, man. And I tell you, if you go to downtown San Diego now, the homeless population has just exploded. I've heard, estimates there's 10 to 15,000 homeless just in downtown San Diego. And as a matter of fact, if you want to watch a video on the homeless that I did, I think it's got 100,000 views now. Let me just see here. I'm going to search YouTube. And that was where we went out and fed the homeless. I was actually going to do a movie on that, but I got other projects going on. Feeding. Let me see here if I can find this. I'm going to tell you guys to search for it, and it's actually on my other channel. It's not on this channel. So let's see here, San Diego, and I'll put the link to that video. Yes, matter of fact, I just searched "feeding the homeless San Diego," and I've got the #1 video right there. That video there, all right, is the #1 video. Now, I've got it on a couple different channels. That particular channel doesn't have that many views. So let me see but if you search it, you can watch that. I have it on another channel and it's got like 100,000 views. Excuse me, the throat in the morning. It's not good. It's not good. So the other thing about YouTube channel is it is a very, 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 very long game. Okay, if you're not in it for long game, you don't want to do your YouTube channel. YouTube channel is not going to work in weeks or even months. It's probably going to be years before you're going to get the traction you want. Now, here's the thing I want you to think about though. Years are going to pass anyhow. Years are going to pass anyhow. So if you build up a YouTube channel and it's making you $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month or whatever, that is, for years you're going to make that. Even if you quit, you're still going to make that money. So if you want to set up a retirement, where you're going to have $5,000 or $10,000 a month coming in from YouTube, then I would suggest starting a YouTube channel. Have one. You can do other things. I don't just do YouTube. By far, I'm not even a YouTuber. I'm a content creator. I happen to do some stuff on YouTube, but I have content in other places too. This is not the only place I have it. So don't think of it that way. Let's see here. Can't imagine. Oh, okay, I read that one there. Can't imagine San Diego. Can you list the names of your other channels so I can check them out? Yeah, I would have to pull them up, Aldine, and I don't have that handy right now, but I will. I'll get that out there. I don't do anything with them, really. There's no point. I don't do anything with those other channels. This is the only channel I really put any effort into. So a lot of that stuff is old. It may be 4, 5, 6 years old because I just don't. I had Survivalcave Food, which I was putting some stuff on. And I think Survivalcave Food is where you're going to find the feeding the homeless one. Let me see if that is the case. And if I can, maybe I can send the link to here, and then I'll put, let's see, feeding the homeless San Diego, and I'll put, let's see, Survival Cave Food. I think that's a channel I put it on. Yes. No. Let's see, Survivalcave Food. Oh gosh, why is it so hard to find? Oh, I know why. It was Survival Cave. I think I put it under Survival Cave. And I'm gonna search channel, and maybe that will do it for me. Yes, but that one only has like oh goodness gracious, that one's got like 16 videos on it, but I'm not even sure if that's the right one. Yeah, I don't think that is the right one. I don't know where I put that video. I gotta find it. But last time I looked, it had 100,000 views. So I'll have to look it up and I'll put it on here. Not quite sure. I love that you batch videos and then release them. What's most videos you've done in one day? Do you have a length of time you shoot for? I don't have a length of time I shoot for. And what I mean by that is I assume it's going to take me all day. If it doesn't take me all day, then I have time to do some more work. I don't get off early. Okay, so if I schedule, and I usually start at 10 a.m. because that's when Jessica can help me. And if I start at 10 a.m., I will generally finish. Depends on how many I'm doing. I think the minimum I do is around 10. The maximum I do is around 13. I think the most I've ever done is 13 in a day. Each one, once edited, is 10 to 14 minutes. Generally, I mean, sometimes I'll have a 16-minute one or 15-minute one, the outlier, but for the most part, I'd say 90% of them are 10 to 14 minutes. But understand, it may take me 20 to 25 minutes to record to get enough for a 10 to 14-minute video. So how much real recording time that is, let me see here. That's 25 times, let's say 12. I think my standard is around 12, okay? Um, and that's because I know I'm going to release 5 a week, so that gives me 2 weeks plus a 2 buffer. So that's kind of why I do it. And that's 300 minutes. And if I divide that by 60, that's 5 hours right there. So that's a minimum 5 hours of just recording. Never mind setting up the lights, never mind setting up the computer, never mind taking breaks, never mind having lunch and all that. So you can see it's pretty much a full day. Last week, I don't think I finished up till about 5:15, 5:30 maybe. And I started at 10 o'clock in the morning. So it was a long day. And it's sitting in this chair talking the whole time. It's very exhausting. I know it doesn't seem like it. I mean, I'm just sitting and talking, but it's exhausting because you got to put a lot of energy into it, okay? And you know that energy level will drain you by the end of the day, so it's really important. Let's see here. Any other questions you guys got for me today? I've got to record my master class today, so I'm going to be in here for a number of hours doing recording. A lot of people on Sunday, and I'm not comparing myself, I'm just saying they look at it as a day just to kick back and relax. And I don't need to relax. I just don't need it. It's not necessary. I can't sit around now. I will read a book. I started reading a book yesterday, which is Show Your Work, and it's a really cool book. I'll try to get you a link to that. Do you think changing locations for variety helps, like your setup, because it's so interesting? I don't know. You know, I look at Graham Stephan, and he is very, very stationary. However, he's stationary in 2 spots. So he has 2 spots that he goes back and forth from. I see people that are always in different places. I think it's more the content than anything else. I mean, I could put a lot of cool things on my desk and have a cool desk and a cool background, but if I've got useless information, that's not going to help anybody, and I don't think people will watch. I really don't. I've been watching a new chef I found, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he has the messiest of all kitchens. It looks like a disaster in there. And he puts a GoPro on his forehead, and he just walks around the kitchen and cooks. But he does some amazing recipes. I really like his stuff. And you could say, well, man, he's got an awful kitchen and it doesn't look good and all that, but his content's good. And I think that's what really matters. It's your content that really, really matters. Sometimes I do ones outside my office, not that often, but sometimes I do in different places and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll go live and do that. What's your opinion on launch jacking, JR? You into it? Yeah, I know what you're saying, like piggybacking on other people's launches. I don't even pay attention to other people's launches. I just don't. I know when I was doing ClickBank a lot, I had to, because there were a lot of like big ClickBank people that did stuff on there, and you didn't want to coincide your launch with theirs. But I don't even look at it now. I don't look at what other people are doing as far as having a launch. And launches, I mean, they're still good. I don't want to say they're bad, but they don't work as well as they used to. People are aware of a launch and what it is now, so they don't work quite as well. Ever read Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins? No, but I did get a chance to listen to Tony Robbins. I went to the ClickFunnels convention in Houston, Texas. No, Dallas, Texas. And he was a speaker there, and he was really good. He was really good. I was very impressed with him, but I have not read his book, no. I think it's important to have a good chair, like you have, especially if you're going to be in it for hours on end. Yes, I do have an expensive chair. It is very comfortable. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. It's nice leather padded. It's got the big arms here and all that stuff. I'll scoot back a little bit. You can see it. So there's the chair. But it is important to have a really comfortable chair. Sitting in this chair is not fun. After a few hours, I don't care what the chair is, you're uncomfortable. So I get up, every 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and just walk around the house, do something like that. I saw your interview with Justin Atlin at ClickBank seminar in Cancun. Wouldn't mind videos on ClickBank hints. Yes, I can do that. Excuse me. My throat is always bad in the morning. It's just a thing. Justin is no longer with ClickBank, just so you know. He used to have ClickBank University there, and they did away with that, just to let you know. So he's trying to do his own thing now. I don't know if it's gaining any traction at all, but that's what he's working on right now. Yes, I've done quite a few interviews. I'm going to do a lot more. If you guys are into interviews and you're somebody you'd like for me to interview, I'm not saying I can get them, but I'll try. So if that's an interest to you, or if there's subjects that you want me to interview somebody about, I'm going to do some more of those in 2021. I think those are interesting when you get into somebody else's brand. We got a really good feedback from John Cristanis, and I think I'm going to interview Sean Donahue who's a friend of mine. He's a digital marketer. He's always behind the scenes, so you never really see his face, but he's got some really cool products. And maybe we could talk about how he grew that company. He is a British guy, I believe, or Australian, I can't remember, but he lives in the US. He actually lives in Texas. So maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, the new president decided that ClickBank University was not necessary, or Justin was not necessary. So yeah, they did away with that. Yeah, so I got to get my day started. How about you guys? Are you going to do something today? What are you going to accomplish? Tell me what you're going to accomplish in the chat section. I want to know. Okay. And here's the funny thing: if you put something in that chat, even if you weren't planning on doing something, it'll make you more likely to do it. And it doesn't have to be all day long. You don't have to work all day, but maybe you could work an hour or two on something. I think that's what really blows people's minds is they're like, oh my gosh, I can't spend all day doing that. Okay, well don't. Spend 30 minutes, spend an hour, spend 2 hours. Just do a portion of the day. Say, then I'll relax the rest of the day. Then I'll watch my TV shows. Then I'll do whatever I want. But do something. I think the momentum of knowing that you're going to do something every single day really helps a lot. So do something every day and put in the comment what you're going to do. I want to know what you're going to do. Okay, that would be really interesting to me. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. And I'm trying to figure out DBL Dozy. If that's a channel that you want people to subscribe to, I can tell them to check it out. Wow. James, you're going to do 17 chin-ups? Seriously? Can you do that? I want to know if you're messing around with me. That's really hard to do. I could not do 17 chin-ups. You're talking about grabbing a bar like this and straight down. I mean, I don't think I could do that. I know I couldn't do it. I do chin-ups. I can't do that many. If you can do that, that's amazing. Getting copy done. Hope KC wins. KC must be Kansas City because I get this, guys. I don't know who's playing in the Super Bowl. I have no idea. Okay, I would not be your guy for that. Let's see here. KC wins, but need time now to push the needle. And I know Super Bowl's a big deal, guys. I'm an outlier there. Super Bowl is a big deal to a lot of you guys. Getting some work done around the house today. Got to do that too, right? We got to do our home stuff. James Breen, are you serious? You can do 17 chin-ups. I have got to see you. We've got to talk, man. We got to jump on a Zoom call or a Skype call or something, man. I got to see what you look like. That's pretty amazing because I have no idea what you look like. Are you on my friends list on Facebook, James? Let me just take a look here because I'm going to look you up right now, man. If you could do that, that is like frigging amazing. It is not easy to do that many chin-ups. James Breen. There's a lot of James Breens. A lot of them. We got one mutual friend here with the James Breen. Could this be you? I don't see any pictures on this one here though, so I don't know if this is you. Friend me. James, friend me on Facebook, okay? Or send me a message or something. I got to see what you look like. That would be amazing. Okay, in your 80s, if you can do 17 of those, you are crushing it, my man. Crushing it. All right, guys. I thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed this session. Quadre Jordan, you just got here. Where you been, Quadre? Man, oh man, we're finishing up and you just now jumped in. But good morning to you. I appreciate you being here. Quadre, love your work, man. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Never been able to do a chin-up. Think I'm retaining water. Well, they say the easiest way to increase the number of chin-ups you can do is decrease your weight. So if I drop 20 pounds, maybe I could do 17, Right now I get up there and I try, but I can't do it. Can't do it. So I got to try harder. The greatest of all time and the Grunk are in the Super Bowl. Yes. Have a blessed weekend ahead, gang. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your attentiveness. Start your YouTube channel. Start something. Don't be afraid of what they'll think. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You guys have a great day and a great weekend. Talk to you later.